Look into your heart for a second. The daily grind you're enduring right now, can you really bear to see your child standing in that exact same line tomorrow? Do you want them running from door to door just for a job, counting every cent for monthly bills, and stressing over every single small necessity? If your answer is no, then this is for you. There are two types of people in this world. The first type leaves behind just a lump sum of cash for their kids. The second type leaves behind a system, a mechanism that builds wealth even while they are fast asleep. Now think about this. What if you started investing just $50 every month starting today? And let's assume a hypothetical long-term average return of 12% a year. This isn't a guarantee. It's simply an illustration to understand the raw power of compound interest. In 20 years, you will have invested about $12,000 out of your own pocket. But thanks to compounding, that could grow to roughly $50,000. Now ask yourself, did you physically work to earn that $50,000? No, your money worked for you. That is the difference. An average mindset spends a lifetime chasing money. A smart mindset trains money to chase them. Now, keep this going for 30 years. Your total contribution out of pocket will be around $18,000. If that average 12% return continues, that balance could hit around $175,000. Meaning, time and compounding generated far more than what you put in. Now, close your eyes for a moment. Imagine this. Your child is getting accepted into college. They don't have to beg a bank for approval. They aren't terrified of crippling student loans. They don't have to give up on their dreams simply because there isn't enough money in the bank account. Isn't that the real dream? Let's take it further. 40 years, just $50 a month. Total out of pocket, around $24,000. At that same average 12% illustration, that portfolio could reach $600,000 or more. That is the magic of compounding. At first, money grows like a trickle. Then suddenly, it runs like a freight train. Most people quit way too early, which is why they never get to experience the real momentum at the end. Remember, your biggest enemy isn't lack of income. It's starting late. And your greatest ally is time. Here's another reality check. So many people pin all their hopes on the government, corporate pensions, or pure luck. But at the end of the day, your family's financial security falls squarely on your shoulders. So as early as you can, build the habit of setting aside a portion of what you earn for savings and long-term investing. The small sacrifice that feels minor today will become your child's greatest strength tomorrow. Don't just give your child money. Give them habits. Give them a portfolio. Give them a mindset. That keeps working for them every single day, year, every month, every day. Because a true legacy isn't a house, a sports car, or jewelry. A true legacy is a system that generates wealth on its own. Just $50 a month. Sounds like small change, right? Like a couple of morning coffees or a quick drive-through order. But that same $50 can decide whether 30 or 40 years from now, your child lives financially free or remains trapped in a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. Think about it. Who are you grinding for every single day? Just to cover this month's credit card bill? Or to build a foundation for the next generation? If you're living only for today, your hard work dies when you retire. But if you build a system where money makes money, your impact outlives you. That is the single biggest difference between living paycheck to paycheck and building real wealth. People often say, when I make more money, then I'll start investing. But the reality is the exact opposite. The person who starts investing early is the one whose income turns into long-term wealth. Suppose you invest just $50 a month, with a 12% average annual return over the long haul. In 20 years, you've put in $12,000, and it can grow to around $50,000. In 30 years, an $18,000 investment, can grow into roughly $175,000. In 40 years, just $24,000 out of your pocket can turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Remember, compounding feels invisible at first, then it starts walking, then it runs, and eventually, it shoots off like a rocket. If you stop halfway, you'll never see the launch. Today, if you buy the latest flagship smartphone, it'll be outdated in 3 to 4 years. But if that exact same money went into investments, it could have covered your child's college tuition, their first down payment, or seed capital for their first business. So before every non-essential purchase, ask yourself, how many days of satisfaction does this give me? versus how many years of freedom does this buy my family? That single question can change your entire trajectory. Everyone says, I don't have enough money, but almost nobody says, I'm running out of time. Here's the truth. Money can always be earned back, but lost time is gone forever. That's why a 25-year-old who starts investing early often ends up far wealthier than a 40-year-old who tries to catch up with twice as much cash. Why? Because compounding doesn't care about how much you make, it cares about time. If you had started 20 years ago, your money would be pulling the heavy weight today. If you didn't, today is the next best day. Because 20 years from now, your future self will thank you for taking action today. And if you delay again, that same future self will look back with regret. Don't just give your child a good education. Give them financial security. Because a degree might get them a job, but a smart investment plan gives them freedom. Earn what you can, but invest consistently, dollar by dollar, step by step. Small deposits turn into an ocean of wealth over time. Let me ask you something. Do you want your child waking up to a blaring alarm every morning, working 9 to 5 for 40 years, waiting anxiously for direct deposit on payday, and stressing over expenses till the end of the month? If your answer is no, then don't just work hard. Give your effort a direction. So many people say, I'm working day and night for my kids. But hard work alone isn't enough. Without investments attached to that hard work, the next generation has to start from scratch all over again, right where you started. What's the biggest mistake people make? Earning too little? No. The biggest mistake is spending every single dollar that comes in. You go out for expensive dinners, upgrade your car lease, buy new gadgets every fall. But did you ever give your future self a gift? Suppose you commit to investing just $50 a month. Year 1, it feels like nothing is happening. Year 5, it still feels slow. And that is where 90% of people quit. They say, what's the point? But compounding starts quiet, builds momentum, and then explodes when you least expect it. At an average 12% return, in 20 years, your portfolio will far exceed your expectations. In 30 years, it will compound faster than you thought possible. In 40 years, you'll look back and realize the best decision you ever made was simply starting. Your kids won't care about brand name clothes or expensive toys in the long run. They need financial security. Because a child with a safety net gets to choose their own career path based on passion, while a child without one is forced to make compromises just to pay rent. Make a decision today. Trim unnecessary expenses and expand your future. Invest a little every month. Make time your partner. Build a framework that keeps generating wealth long after you've stopped working. An average mindset works for money all life long. A wealthy mindset builds assets that work for them. The choice is yours. Do you want to leave behind just memories or an asset base that grows year after year, securing generations to come? Here's a cold truth. If your paycheck stopped tomorrow, how many months could your household survive comfortably? 1 month? 3 months? Or would the bills start piling up immediately? If that question makes you uneasy, pay close attention. Because today we're not talking about making a living. We're talking about building wealth. We were taught growing up, get good grades, get a stable corporate job, work hard. But nobody taught us that money itself can work. That's why millions of people work tirelessly for 40 years, yet their net worth barely moves. Now imagine setting aside just $50 a month. No extreme sacrifice, no wild gambling, just consistency. At a 12% average return over the long haul, that small habit turns into serious capital. In 20 years, when your kid readies for college, you won't just have good intentions, you'll have a solid fund ready. In 30 years, when they want to buy their first home or launch a startup, they won't need to take out high-interest loans. In 40 years, they can tell their own kids, your grandparents made one key choice, and that choice changed our family's trajectory forever. That is the power of a single decision. People say, I don't have money to invest. But every month, money slips through our fingers on things we forget in a week. Overpriced coffees, dining out constantly, impulse online shopping. These give temporary dopamine hits. Investing builds generational security. Spending makes you look rich. Investing actually makes you wealthy. And remember, don't count on Social Security, pensions, or someone else to fix your finances. Economic policies change, companies downsize, inflation rises. Your family's financial security is 100% your responsibility. So don't wait for the perfect moment. The best time to start was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Make time your asset. Make compounding your engine. Build a framework that works while you sleep. If you want your family to break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, stop just earning money. Start teaching your money to earn. Real legacy isn't a high balance in a checking account. It's a compounding system. If your paycheck vanished tomorrow, how long would your family stay afloat? Is hard work alone the key to wealth? No. If hard work equaled wealth, construction workers and manual laborers would be billionaires. Until your money works for you, you will have to work for money. Your body will eventually tire out, but a well-built portfolio never gets tired. Invest $50 a month. First 5 years, slow progress. First 10 years, modest growth. After 20 years, time takes over. After 30 years, your portfolio works harder than you ever could. After 40 years, people will ask how you did it, and the answer will be simple. Not one lucky break, but thousands of small disciplined choices. Every dollar spent impulsively isn't just a dollar lost. It's the future wealth that dollar could have generated. Before spending, ask, will this matter to me a year from now? If not, put that money to work for your future. Pay yourself first. The moment income arrives, automate your savings and investments, then live on the rest. If you spend first and save what's left, you'll never build wealth. If you invest first and spend what's left, financial freedom becomes inevitable. Where did your family's financial story begin? Did your grandparents struggle? Did your parents struggle? Are you struggling today? Will that cycle continue to your kids, or does it stop with you? Real love isn't buying your child the newest iPad or expensive sneakers. It's giving them a foundation where they never have to live in financial fear. Taking the first step is the hardest part. Once you start, time and compound interest begin working for you. Imagine decades from now your child saying, "My parents didn't just leave me money. They gave me financial independence." That is true legacy. If this message resonated with you, hit the like button. Subscribe for more actionable financial clarity. Leave a comment below. I am starting my investment journey today. Your step today might inspire someone else to change their life.